Hey everybody, this is Alma and welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I can say welcome back to my channel if I've only really posted one other video, but welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be drawing some Hu Tao fan art from the game Genshin Impact. If you guys have ever played, then a while back there was a banner where you could pull for her, and I just really loved her character design and I wanted to give drawing her a go. So this is just like an art piece I did for fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm just gonna let it play and comment with anything interesting. I have social media links down below if you'd like to support me elsewhere. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat, I have to apologize again because I did not record the sketching stage. Honestly, maybe it's something about like not being sure yourself in the sketching stage that I just like maybe subconsciously don't feel comfortable sharing that part yet, but it really is just like me messing around for like a decent 30 minutes, not really knowing what to do. I have to figure out the pose, but usually for sketching what I do is I'll figure out first the pose I would want the character to be doing, and after that then I worry about like the clothing and how it'll sit on like the pose. Usually it all works out. I rarely, if ever, have to go back and edit the pose because maybe it just doesn't look good with like the clothing or something. I will do like small edits to things later, as you'll see, like to the hair, or if I just don't think it looks good in that certain pose, but usually everything is all good after the sketching stage. And my sketches aren't very refined. Usually I'll start with something very vague, and then as I'm lining is when I think I'll like start to finalize things more. The sketch that you're seeing here is basically like line art, and right now I guess I would consider this like line art cleanup, or I'm like going in with like more solid lines. So usually I have one very rough sketch of just like a body like not even the character, and then I'll do a sketch over that one, and that will be more of like the formalized sketch, and then I'll have a third one usually where I add in like small details like the flowers and stuff like that, and then this final like line art stage, I suppose. And here I'm trying to experiment more with maybe brushes that aren't as opaque as say like the G pen in Clip Studio Paint, because I just really like the art style of some artists where like the line art is maybe not completely opaque, and then later I see that they go in and they like change the lines to kind of match the colors that are under them. I don't know how to explain it. I just like, I'm usually more of a finalized black lines kind of person usually, or at least I think I am. I don't even know. So here I was trying to experiment a little bit more with like a painterly style, I guess. I think the only thing I adopted from a painterly style was the lines, which are drawn with like a less opaque brush, and then for the most part I just followed what I usually do. So maybe not a success, but definitely a step in the right direction. It's not that I'm like trying to imitate that type of art style, but I just think it looks so nice. Like it looks so much more soft, I guess, and gentle if art can be gentle. But I don't know, I just wanted to try something different, something's different from like the icon that I uploaded as a YouTube video last. That is definitely more like the style that I usually draw in, so I wanted to try something new. And with this piece I wanted to draw something that I've been really enjoying recently, which was Genshin. And if you guys haven't heard of Genshin, it's like is it an MMORPG? I don't know, but it's like an open world kind of like, I don't know, but you basically play as a character, or you start off playing a character, and then as you go you earn these things called primo gems, and then you can roll for more characters. So it's kind of like a gacha game, and at first I didn't think it would appeal to me because I'm not a gamer girl. I don't like fighting monsters. I like things like Animal Crossing, where like I'm collecting stuff and like catching bugs and living a peaceful island life. So I didn't think that this game would appeal to me as much as it does, and it's so much fun. It also helps that I've been playing it like with friends and with my boyfriend, and got I've got friends to lean on, at least in the beginning when I was really weak. Um, they inspired me, and so now I'm like super into it. I have a good amount of characters. I don't have a lot of these like really top tier characters called 5-star characters, but that's okay because the ones that I've got I've made like strong, just by myself. So I'm having a good time. The game is super fun, and so I just wanted to draw some fan art. It also like doesn't help that the character designs for all of their characters is super amazing. Like every single one is so unique. I just love how they all look, and there's different regions in the game, so all the different regions have like different outfit styles, and so I just think it's super super cool. This character is called Hu Tao. She's a fire element, I guess you could say, and she wields like a pole arm, and she's super strong. And I'm really sad because I didn't actually get her when I was like pulling during her banner, and that was really sad. But that's okay because I drew this art of her, and now I can just live in pain that I didn't get her. But yeah, she has a really cool design. My favorite part of her design is that she has this little like ghost. That's part of her like special attack. She'll like bust out this little ghosty and just like whip her opponents with it. And I think she's stronger the less HP she has, which is a cool idea. Maybe it's best that I didn't get her because my characters are always dying regardless of whether they have like stronger attacks when their HP is low or not. They're always dying all the time. So maybe it's better that I didn't get her. Here I'm kind of fidgeting with this hand because I'm not that good at drawing hands. In the end, it turned out alright, and unfortunately I did not record when I was like adding the finishing touches to this piece, but I had to go back in and draw like the fingers behind the little ghost because I realized like almost at the end, I was like, oh snap, ghosts do be kind of transparent and shit. So I had to go back in and draw in her fingers behind the ghost. But I had a really fun time drawing this piece. I'm just gonna let it play because my throat hurts from talking. sketch is gone. Also, I got some water so that my throat won't dry out while I record this. So you probably remember this step from the last video, and if you don't remember it, then maybe you should go watch my other video. How about that? Basically what I do is after the line art is done, I will go in and I will paint everything one color. This is a fairly recent technique that I just started doing. I don't know if it can even be called a technique, but I think it's easier. Before, what I used to do was I would go in and I would color every individual part independently of each other. So it was kind of like one big jigsaw puzzle with like all the flat colors for every piece. And what I mean by every piece is like the hair, for example, would be colored on its own separate layer, and you know, like it would be ordered like above the skin, for example. But what ended up happening was that sometimes, I don't know, like little bits and pieces would overlap each other in like a really weird way. So like a tiny bit of like the skin, like flat color, would be over the hair, and like it was just really annoying to go through all the layers and try to figure out like, oh my god, where is this like little white chunk in my hair from, you know, like where is it from? And it was just really annoying, and I found that this makes it a little bit easier because in the end, if I do see something like overflowing, like for example, this piece that I'm drawing on her hand, like if it, I don't know, if I saw a little bit of skin tone bleeding out over like the edge of the hand, I don't have to go in to the hand layer or whatever layer I think it's on and go and erase it. I can just go to like the layer where I've filled it all in with that one color and just erase it there, because what I'm doing is I have this one flat color everywhere, but all the like individual pieces are clipped on top as clipping layers instead of having a bunch of independent layers. I don't know if I'm explaining it the best, but it's just really helpful. And yeah, it's just really helpful. That's that. And so yeah, I'm just coloring in everything individually, and then in a way it's kind of the same, but in a bigger way it's not. So just think on that. Okay, so one thing that I get complimented on a lot is that my colors go together very well, and this is not due to any formal color theory training or experience. I did take, not to brag, but I did take one color theory class at community college, so maybe it's because of that. I don't think so though. I think I owe all of my success with my colors coming together to the command Control U. And I don't really remember what it's called in Clip Studio. I'd have to go see, so I'm not going to do that right now. But basically it just lets you edit the hue, value, and saturation of whatever color is on the layer that you're currently working on, and that honestly helps so much. I almost never have to go back in and like manually change any color. I just go and I tweak it a little bit. Oh, I just did it right there. I just have to go in and like tweak it a little bit using this, I don't know, this feature, and yeah, it helps out a lot because I don't like to color pick from images really, because I don't know, I think I just like winging it, and so I just kind of will put down colors. For example, the red and purple right now in her little hair accessory don't look that great, and honestly right now altogether it doesn't look that great because the lines are really warm toned and everything else is kind of cool toned, but I will edit that and then it'll look a lot better. But you will see me go in and change the red and the purple in her hair accessory to kind of match the vibe of the rest of her outfit. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so this next segment I'd like to call me struggling to shade an armpit for like 30 minutes straight. And it honestly, this is all sped up so you guys can't tell, but I was struggling with this pit of hers for so long. I don't know what it was. I could just not figure out how to like layer the shadows correctly. I'm trying to move away from using and relying the multiply layer mode so much, because I do feel like at some point I have to be able, or not I have to, nor should you have to if you don't want to, but I would like for myself as an art goal of mine to be able to shade without having to use the multiply layer mode. It definitely is so much easier, and for that reason I have not moved on, but I'd like to be able to shade in just like colored, like eye drop colors that I think might be good. I started doing that, and in a piece I recently finished for a Draw This in Your Style art challenge on Instagram, I did do that more, and it was like a great feat. You know, I feel amazing. I did it, but in this painting, I did not, and I was struggling hard. It looks okay. I feel like it could have been better. Yeah, I just wanted to comment a little bit on how I was struggling. And in the end, I also had to go and make some other changes. Like I mentioned, I had to go back in and draw the hands behind the ghost because he is not opaque. And I also had to go in and I downsized her nose quite a bit, because I don't know why in my original sketch I thought this looked okay, but she's kind of got a humongo nose. So I went back in and I gave her a nose that would fit like the proportions of her face better. And yeah, those are, I think, the biggest things I had to go back in and change in like the final touches, which I did not record. So I'm so sorry. I honestly have no idea what happened, because when I was doing this, I made sure to be very diligent about recording it. And so I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it's like lost footage, because I swear in my heart of hearts, I know I recorded it, but it's gone and I cannot find it. And so you'll see it. I have like maybe couple seconds of like what it looked like in the final stages. Most of it is just me laying down the main shadows. So I'm sorry, but next one I'll be better about recording. And then it just flashes forward and I'm done. So yeah, it's pretty much, I'm approaching the end here, and I've pretty much finished everything. I hope you can see the hand behind the little ghost. I was so proud of that when I did it. I was so proud. And this is the finished product. As I mentioned before, I have social media links down below. You can also go check out my previous YouTube video, which has way worse audio quality, but I did record more of it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little speed paint time lapse process video. And I hope you guys go and check out my other video. Links down below. And thank you guys for tuning in. Goodbye.